This segment is sponsored by iChiro Clinics with locations in both the northern and southern Grand Rapids area. Dr. Michael Kwast is the founder of iChiro Clinics, and he joins us now. And I don't think we've ever talked about what inspired your interest in chiropractic care. And tell us about it, Dr. Kwast, because I know it comes from personal experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. Basically, when I was young, we had, I developed like really horrible migraine headaches. And, nobody knew what to do. You'd go to the doctor and they just give me pain pills. And, this went on for quite a while. And as time went on, really they became very disruptive, because with a migraine, you're throwing up, you can't see. Um, I would be at school. Um, all of a sudden I'd have this horrible headache. I'd be running to the bathroom, throwing up. They'd have to call my mom. She'd come and get me. It was just very stressful as a kid having this happen. Plus, it was just bad. And as time went on, they just kept getting worse because obviously just masking them with pain pills isn't fixing why, I was having these. And nobody really knew why. Nobody's even looking for the why. It would just keep giving me pills. And it got to the point where the doctor wanted to give me experimental MS medications at the time. That's was the next step, and that was kind of a line to cross, for us. And we just happened to be at the dentist one day, and my mom was complaining to him about the headaches I was having. And the dentist started feeling my jaw, feeling my neck, and he said, "Well, you just need to go to the chiropractor." And my mom was like, "Oh, what? What do you mean? That's just not, that's not something that's done, right? Especially with
Can't be that
kids."
easy either, right?
Right. And why nobody recommended that and all of this. So we ended up anyway going to this chiropractor, and he just talking, we discovered that the headaches started after I had a really bad car accident. We had been in a car accident back then. We didn't wear seatbelts as kids, and I got pinballed around in the back seat. But that was the end of it. So we didn't even think of that. But he started working on me, working on my neck, working on my upper back, working on my jaw, just doing therapies on that. And, a handful of months later, it was miraculous. I just didn't have these migraine headaches anymore. And it was a giant life changer for me, just in my quality of life and what I was doing. In fact, I think about it today. It's like, where would I be if I had gone down the experimental MS drug path with all of the other medications that I was on
Mm.
for headaches? To today, don't take any medications, don't have headaches. It's like a completely different gig. And then I think about how many people are out there who, just didn't get lucky like I did to fall through into that path. And, they're out there suffering with things like migraines that could be being helped naturally, and they just don't even know about it because nobody's telling them about it or what the options are.
Yeah, we always think about chiropractic care for back and neck pain, uh, and I guess yours was connected to sort of that, which was displaying itself as migraines. But what other kinds of things have you treated with chiropractic medicine?
Yeah, so I mean, you see all kinds of stuff that people don't think about. Basically, obviously, all the back and the neck. That's most people, like you said. Um, but it's because they think their back and neck are popping out of place. It's like the vertebrae are popping out, and that's not what's happening. It's the muscle and tissue in there, and then all the receptors and nerves that are involved with that. So a lot of things can be impacted. We see a lot of stuff like migraines, like jaw pain, TMJ problems. We see stuff like wrist, elbow, shoulder is a big one we see, hip pain and problems with the hips, knees, ankles, all of the joints. We see that stuff all the time as well. And then you see all kinds of other things that, you just don't think about. That people have like digestive problems or sleeping issues, or even kids with bedwetting. We see just all kinds of things. It's hard for people to like understand how can that be, because they're not thinking nerves, muscles, and receptors. They're thinking bones out of place. And that's just a really old age way of explaining, how things work. It's not really accurate because your back's not popping out of place. It's the deep muscle and tissue that's actually impacting that through the nervous system and all those receptors.
Okay, well, folks, if you are struggling with uh, an unresolved medical issue, very well could be resolved through chiropractic care. For more information or to book an appointment, visit iChiroClinics.com. Dr. Kwast, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.